Sawadika, and in today's next session, we'll be talking about Thai style making a stand in the global arena. And today we are here with the expert who has bring Thainess to Midland Fair to international stage, which is one of the most recognized stage whereby they showcase design products from all over the world. And today we're very honored and fortunate to be with the expert here, Assistant Professor Eggarat Wongcharit or อาจารย์เบิร์ดสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Would you mind introducing yourself and your experience a little bit here?
My name is Eggarat Wongcharit. Everyone call me Ajahn Bird because I used to teach at Rangsit University. However, I myself is basically a furniture designer. I started off my career actually as a graphic designer first, and then shifted into product design, and then into furniture design. Then later on, I get to design hotel. I've turned myself into an interior designer as well. However, recently, for the past 10 years, I've been curating the show, so-called Slow Hand Design for DIGP, the Department of International Trade Promotion,
Yes.
in which it turned myself into a design curatorship as well.
Wow, it seems like it starts from small thing like graphic designer and it gets bigger to furniture and bigger.
Yeah,
and
my life
bigger
is
and
always
bigger.
like that. It gets to start from
Yes.
zero and then start stepping up to, stepping up further to another level.
Wow. Would you share with us what is your definition of Thai style in all the aspects from small scale to bigger scale?
You know that from the past, in Southeast Asian countries,
Yes.
in the past history, we have a big influence of India and China. India through religions, and China through merchandising. We have tribes coming from southern China to migrate and live in Thailand. So we are sort of a melting pot of cultures, in a way, from the old days. And this is what reflected in our culture about foods, about living, about everything, architecture, design, everything. And design is part of the living. So Thai style, I would say Thainess is about like a mixing of everything. This is why tourism industries in Thailand is a big boom now because everyone loves Thailand. They love coming back no matter how many times, it's just not just once. But they keep coming back because they love everything about us because we have everything, you name it, you
Yes.
got it,
Yeah, so it's kind of like a one stop whereby every time they come, it is never the same because we never know what you will
Actually,
find
yes,
in
it is. Yeah,
Thailand, right?
it's like that, it always get to develop further, and the energy is there, and always move on and on and on. Yeah,
Yeah, because Thai people are fun, and so we like to mix and match.
exactly. We've been taking influences, but then we top it up further and make it our own. That's the point,
So-called localized in a way.
In a way, yes, and
Yes.
become globalized later.
Since you have talked about Thainess, would you share the similarities and differences between Thai style and universal style, or basically so-called style in other countries?
It's different because we fortunately have a sort of a craft-based industries, that we could interpret it through that kind of media, and therefore our design is different because we're so articulated in hand makings,
Yes.
and everything that's done by hand is a hard touch. And when you see the products coming from Thailand, you see the write-off. You can differentiate the character right away, and because of your heart, it could relate it to such kind of handicraft. Look at the chairs we're sitting on. It's so international. But then again, there's a craft touch about like interweaving.
Yeah.
This is the expression of Thainess in design.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that because the chair you're sitting on right now is really chic. Like even though it seems simple yet modern, but there's details into it. It seems like
Exactly.
all the Thai products have stories.
It's the details that count, the quality of the production that goes into detail that no one has it. Because in European country, they're all into massive production. So everything
Yeah.
counts as, the labor cost counts,
Correct.
So they have to make it simple, But then again, we can do something simple as well, collaborate with the modern movement. But then again, we add a touch of crafts, into it. Therefore, the look is different. It's way different.
It is more of a heritage, would you say, that we can
Yeah,
pass
something that
on?
we inherited it from our ancestor, and then we stem
Yeah.
it further. We step further from there, from that point.
So it has a sense of sentimental. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We have
Right.
you sort of add value in terms of sense, and sentimental, kind of feelings that draws the audiences into the objects. Yeah.
So would you say that this is what makes Thai brand unique, or what are some of the things that you would recommend Thai brands in order for them to step up into international market, or what would make Thai brands stand in the world stage?
We are already keen in our own, kind of a production and, kind of a material using. However, in design, we're good as well. But however, I mean, for the newer generation, for the one who's, coming to the stage of, exportation,
Yes.
I would say that, I mean, they need to study a lot more about the behavior, especially
Correct.
now that we have, COVID. The COVID world is would be different, from now on, in the future. So we have to learn about a lot about the online business, for example. Artisans, from local, artisans, the villagers has to learn, how to, sell the products online. So this is, the knowledge and kind of a knowledge that we have to concern, really concerned about because it's important for our future. If we're going to get going to in this track about exportation, Thai products to the global market and develop it further, then we need to learn about the behavior of the global consumers.
Well, besides digitization, as you have mentioned, what are other key emerging developments that you can see in this industry right now?
Um, I see a lot of development for the moment. We've been so aware of of the changing of behavior, the new paradigm shift of we going into the future for the moment. And THAIGROOVE is one of the sample because we are basically we don't really stay put. I mean even if we have a COVID world facing with such kind of crisis, then we need to push further. And the IGP is one of the supporters, a big supporter to push this against the movement. And I think to stay alert and to stay aware of the situation is the key to everything. We need to do a lot of research, a lot of development, and the research and the further development, experimentation will lead us to some point.
Yeah, it's like an adventure, and once we take on a journey, we learn more and more along
Exactly.
the
We don't
way.
know what's going on in the
Yeah.
future yet, but we have to try, to keep trying. We have to keep taking action, and that's it will get us somewhere.
And since you've been to Milan Fair and you have taken Thainess over to international stage, what are some of the key learnings from international market that you think you can give to Thai entrepreneurs so they can adapt and apply?
Um, when I brought along about like 30 to 40 companies to Milan Fair each year,
Wow.
and this is the products that we have already recruited by the standard of the D-Mark Award, which is created by the ITP. We've done it. It was called Prime Minister's Award before. 30 years back, when we were still like the country's so-called OEM, which is original
Yes.
equipment manufacturing, and we have developed further into like design, and then now we're doing Thai brandings. So you see the step further that we have been developed, bits by bits so far, and we now are recognized, by the global market as a Thai design. And Thainess is I think it reflects everywhere. You see that lately, you see the viral images of Gucci have inspired by this, like traditional dress, or the tote bag, that we do, in any market you see it, but they turn this kind of, expression into something more valuable, So I
Correct.
mean, we're at the stage of influencing, I would say.
I even saw like that's this news that they used a preserved mango to make a dress as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
And we
exactly.
be like, oh, we've been doing that for I don't know how many hundreds of years.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But they reinterpret it in their own way, and then
Hmm.
yeah. So we could do that. I mean, because our culture is already exposed to the world,
Correct.
and then what comes later is design. I mean, because design is about is a part of culture.
It seems like there are so many potential in the Thai market because we have so much. It just
Correct.
sometimes we haven't turned it into the product yet.
Exactly. This is the
Right.
point that I'd like to, point it out to the younger generation that you shouldn't look over, our own kind of culture. You should study it really, really deep into the roots, and then you'll get something out of it, and by chance, you don't know that your product is way different.
Correct.
Instead of like probably like 20 years ago, we still like follow the trends of the world, but I would say that now, I mean, we can be the trendsetter of the world.
That is something really inspiring to all the entrepreneurs, to all the new generations, because as we know that right now we are getting more and more creative and
Yeah,
the world is open up more because everything goes online. So everybody can have their own channel to express the
exactly,
creativity.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you've joined the Salone de Mobili, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Milan Fair, we have two shows. One in the the pavilion, the fair itself,
Okay.
and there is another one which is an all-fair show, so-called Milan Design International Design Week,
Mm-hmm.
and we have both pavilions there. And the one that I curate is slow hand design, and the name reflects already that the context of design in Thailand is about like doing things by hand. It's slower than any other kind of objects from other countries. So when you go there, I mean, everyone knows Thai design. They already recognize it because we've been telling our stories. Like the past 10 years. We joined the fair in 2009. So it's been
Right.
11 years, but unfortunately we have COVID now. So I mean, we didn't join this year because they have canceled.
Yeah.
Probably next year, we will be there.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully, when the world is ready to open. However, that I mean, we're already there at this point.
Yes.
So I mean, the things that now we should get further and then enhance more of our Thai brand identity, and coping with the behavior of the global consumption.
Yeah, because Thai brands, as you say, that we like to do craft, we like to do hand woven or handcrafted. So it means that our heedfulness, our heart would be expressed through these products, through these design. And
Exactly, exactly, and that's
yeah,
what makes it different. It's abstract, but it's not something to describe with forms or texture or
correct.
whatsoever. But it's the more of the abstract kind of feelings that you feel it.
Yeah, it's
That's the
like the
Thainess.
air, right?
Like when you're here in Thailand, you eat the food.
Mm-hmm.
You eat Thai food. You feel everything well balanced in one combination. The herbs, seasonings, fish sauce, and everything. It's unlike Western foods, which in terms of steak, I mean, let's say, I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you're eating steak, you feature the meat itself. The sauce will
Correct.
be the sort of a minority. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and but Thai food is not like that. It's all about everything in one combination, but
Yeah.
then everything enhance one another, and then it comes a character of the flavor.
It is very true. We have both flavors, but it's the mixture of
And
everything.
when
Yeah.
it melts in your mouth, you go wow. And that's the same thing
Correct.
that happens to our design. Yeah,
Yeah, it's even very hard to decipher what we put into it.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Now, coming back to the COVID world right now,
Right.
what are the differences between pre and post COVID era in terms of style?
In terms of style, well, I would say that I don't know yet whether which direction we're going to because the new
Mm-hmm.
normal is somewhat still vague to foresee. However, the before, I mean, the pre-COVID period, our design is is concerning much about uh, green design, about circular, not yet to the circular economy, because
Yeah.
circular economy is a topic that we're let's say, I mean, we're looking forward to it
Right.
into the future. Now, there are so many products that's won the D Mark and G Mark award of Japan, that's related to upcycling, you know, using the kind of materials that can be recyclable, you know. And this is important for the future because it's already indicated we have seen so many destruction of forests, even now, in California, and there's a wildfire that's spreading out rapidly. And it's the wrong thing that we've done in the past, and make us learn that in the future we should conserve more of nature. We should concern more, and then put nature into the priority of production or whatsoever that we produced. We shouldn't let the garbage, be useless anymore. And I believe that in the future there would be no future. I mean, the short future, I would say. I mean, there will be no virgin materials that we can use. Everything would be recycled and then upcycled into a kind of a product that can be used for another 10 or 20 years and then reuse again. This is what we're concerned about the pre-COVID already. There's so
Yes.
many products that's been awarded for that sense. And we've been talking about this kind of topic before, and this year, before get going to Milan, I have curated a show already. Writing a text and everything, ready to expose it to the public about circular economy. That we have the future, a bright future, because we have so many projects going on in Thailand. For example, the project with of course, the ITP and then PTT,
Yeah.
the Petroleum Thailand. They collect, items from the ocean, garbages, plastic, PET, bottles and stuff like that. They ask the villagers, and to collect the items and then, turn it back into money for them. And it's a win-win situation because when they get the garbage, they recycle it into fabrics, and then use top fashion designer to design it as a collection, and that's a good sample, to start off, with, our future of a circular economy, because it's important, really. I would say that elsewhere in the world, I mean, I would say that this issue is a must that we should concern, whether developing country or underdeveloping country, we should all, because the world is getting destroyed, and like, I mean, like now, all the images, we've seen the images of a dolphin, swimming in the Venice Grand Canal. It's a viral image that everyone sees, and it's like a lighthearted for me because it's a clue that reflects some thought of the future that we should really gear into this direction, because otherwise, nature will be destroyed. You see that, I mean, when everyone's home, when everything's locked down,
Yeah.
nature comes back, and it welcomes us, and that's a very nice image that we've seen. I mean, I don't know whether there's so many, I mean, others, but however, I think that's the most impressive one for me.
It's like it's actually their habitat, but they're just coming back home in a way, right?
Exactly, yeah, and yeah. When we are not invading into nature, then nature would come back to us. That's the point, So this is the issue that we should concern, about in the future after the COVID. So the pre-COVID, we already concerned about upcycle. For the after COVID, we should be concerning more about circular economy.
It's kind of like it's emphasizing
Exactly.
what is already there
Emphasizing,
pre-COVID.
enhancing.
Yeah, they're saying, yes, you're coming the right way.
Yes. We all know that, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's time to take an action.
Right.
Right.
That we should move forward and
Exactly.
save the world and save all the
Exactly.
natural habitats
We've
for
learned by
everyone.
far,
Yeah.
the COVID is part of it, like,
It's like a wake-up call.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Wake up call long time ago, but we didn't get up.
Until now.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Who knows? Maybe it's a good sign so that from now on, all the style or the design will consider more on other resources, consider more on other stakeholders like the animals and
Exactly, exactly.
communities.
Yeah, yeah. You see that now. I mean, all the, IG and everything. The Facebook. I mean, the clips and everything. TikTok. Everything concerns about animals, about our pets. I mean, animal being adopted. We concern more about it's love and care, more of the
Right.
society kind of that it's going to happen in the future. We have been neglected this kind of issues. But it will be coming back in the future. It's a it's a brighter point that I
It
would say.
is.
Yeah. Yes.
Because the world is our shared home for
Right.
everyone.
Exactly.
And today here at THAIGROOVE, they have also come up with 6 concepts,
Mm-hmm.
which are live eco, live from home, live safe, live happy, live light, and live craft.
Right.
Which one do you think suit best with Thai style right now?
I would still concern with live craft. I mean, everything concerns me for me because all the 4 points, I mean, are important.
Yeah.
But I think that now that we have the craft best and then so many things related to craft activities, we should enhance it more because it's the only source that makes us different from any other part of the world industries. So I would pick that point.
That is a very good point because Thailand is surely known for its craft, known for the heatfulness, known for the heart that we put into our products and the stories. I also have heard that today you have prepared for us the presentation, right? The VTR.
Yes, you may look at the video and then you understand it better, about the Milan fair, about the booth of the stands of the Thai pavilions. It's a slow hand design. Yeah.
I see. I am sure that all of you are excited and would like to know what's there at Milan Fair. So let's go into the video.
I was very interested to see the progression and the development of Thai design over the last few years. And it's amazing to see the emergence of so much very, very good design, very relevant work here at Milan during the Milan Furniture Fair from the Thai government presentation.
For the friendship of Thailand and Italy, please.
we're trying to show the wisdom of what I have done in the past and comparing to the present. And there are many manufacturers participating in this exhibition, about 40 manufacturers from Thailand, who's been exporting their products all around the world and make it acceptable at the world stage in terms of design. This year, the theme of the exhibition is Thai craftology. Thailand is still relying on the slow context of living and the handicraft things. And the young designers that we bring along for this year reflect their thought and their roots of the Thainess in design. They are our hope and our future. Quite attractive to the public audiences.
Yes, because as Thais, right, Thai style, we are always full of surprises.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Now, I am sure that we have talked a lot about Thai charm, Thai style, and many buyers or potential partners who are watching us right now probably be wondering what can they benefit or what can they expect from working with Thai creators or Thai entrepreneurs?
You see that, we've been through the stage of, development for so long after like 30 years or 40 years, of OEM, to the stage of ODM to design and then to Thai brand identity. So, our experience is a guarantee that all the buyers can, really involve and, collaborate with us because we're so open, to them. And their requirement is somewhat, our opportunity to step further, and that's what we see. So I think it's a good sign that in the future, after we reopen again, then the international buyer will be welcome, to our, business, collaborate with our businesses again. And but this time, I'm sure that, there'll be something to step further, because I'm sure that everyone would require something different, and
Right.
it's quite a good opportunity for our local manufacturers to step further from this point.
And Thailand culture, we are very collaborative. We are very open. So
Our service mind, our
yes, we
hospitality
welcome
is the
foreigners
best in the world, I
always.
would say. I'm proud of it myself.
Yes, and in a way, right now it is even getting more convenient for them to connect with us, because right now we have THAIGROOVE, and THAIGROOVE
Exactly.
have accumulated all the best of the best here in one website.
We're
the
going to have
virtual
it on and on every
showroom.
year, right? So
Yes.
from now we have an access, easier access for everyone. Yeah.
So it's easier for them as a starter coming to Thailand. Maybe they don't know where to connect, where to start it. But here at THAIGROOVE, we have the support team. We have already accumulated all the stuff in different categories here,
Correct.
100 plus brands
Yeah.
in one place. So we should like to invite them to connect and do business matching with the via THAIGROOVE.
So this is you see that this webinar is part of the movement that we're trying to enhance and step further from what we're facing in the COVID world. However, everyone is invited. Not just particularly the buyers. Everyone who's interested, who's related to design business, or crafts, or industrial business, can access into THAIGROOVE. We have a sort of a registration page that everyone can register, and then follow us on the Facebook, or you have Instagram as well, right?
I think so. We
yeah.
have YouTube as well, and
YouTube,
the website.
yeah, that's right. You can just key in THAIGROOVE, and then it'll come up, right? There are lots of things to learn and to study, and then by then, when the world is open again, and we hope to see you there.
Yes, you guys are always welcome to Thailand, and thank you so much, Ajahn Bert, for sharing with
You're
us
very
so
welcome.
many insights today, along with 3 videos, so that we get the visuals, we get to see our future, how we'll bring Thai brand to international stage. I'm sure it inspires a lot of people.
My very pleasure. Yes.
Yes, and welcome once again for all of you who are watching to do business matching with us at THAIGROOVE. We are the best and the first virtual showroom with 100 plus brands and creators in Thailand. And let's groove with THAIGROOVE. Thank you.